And the only reason I told y'all this story so soon is because I was scrolling down my YouTube and I seen somebody talk about how they came here from an alternate life. And I said, oh, if we talking about alternate timelines, we're talking about alternate existences and timelines, and you think we're not gonna involve me in this conversation? What's poppin', YouTube? It's your girl LYC, and I'm back at it late with another video. 1 whole week to be exact. Yeah. I don't know. Okay, so basically what happened was, you know that thing that all black people say before they about to lie? Yeah, well, this ain't a lie though. But basically what happened was I have been struggling and tussling with this idea of presenting the world with my legitimate crystal knowledge that I've been collecting since I was 13. I'm at a point where I have enough knowledge and can give enough knowledge to consider myself a teacher, but I'm struggling with imposter syndrome, okay? Your girl does not feel worthy, okay? Does not feel adequate. And that has definitely hindered me. Oh, okay, not y'all. Not the mosquitoes came to play. Fuck. But yeah, so struggling with this imposter syndrome, not really, I just couldn't like fathom putting out these like crystal YouTube, and I did it, and then I just like completely lost all motivation for my personal page because I don't know, I just started thinking about it so hard. But yeah, that is not today's video. We're gonna do a whole different mental health thing on imposter syndrome. Today's video is about the time that I died in an alternate dimension, in an alternate timeline, if you will. Just in an alternate place. Your girl deceased, dead, taken from existence. And honestly, my brain still can't wrap its feeble existence around this one little fact. This one little thing, that this could even actually happen. You know, part of me is just like, this isn't real. And the other part of me is like, bruh, this was totally real, because if it wasn't, why would you have such a conscious experience with it? Like it's impossible for it to have been fake, because it felt so real that if I was stupid, I would think it actually happened. I think that was a skeeter. Here's how that happened, right? How did I die in an alternate timeline? How do I even know that I died in an alternate timeline? Like, what? This is all crazy, right? Here's what happened, right? So I'm Ifa, and yeah, we just gonna leave that right there. I'm gonna see if y'all even make any crazy comments about that before I address it. I'm Ifa, I'm Yoruba. And my goddess is Oshun. That's the goddess that guides my head. In my opinion, it hasn't been divinated yet, but I truly believe this. I had my friend buy me some yellow calla lilies, and I wanted to dedicate those to her. So I tell her, you know, when you're ready for your dedication, just kill the flowers. But before she was ready for her dedication, the flowers had already started dying, and I thought that they were already dead. So I had tried to dedicate them, and I had found a river that I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to this river, you know, this should be fine. I think the mosquitoes are attacking my feet. Before she's ready for her offerings, I thought she was ready. I tried to take them to Deep Creek in Georgia, which Deep Creek is no longer a creek, it's dried up. There was another river. I think I tried to take them to Sweetwater River, I think it was Sweetwater River. I'm not sure. I can't really remember, but I believe it was Sweetwater River. That's what like keeps popping up in my brain. Or Sweetwater Creek. Either way it goes, I tried to take it to this creek, and it takes me up into Austell area. It's this area that I used to live in by Lindley Middle School that it took me over to. and it took me into the back end, which has some very shifty energy, but I never really noticed because when I was living there, I was so far from spirituality that like all that stuff, like I didn't know nothing. So I had my mom with me, and me and her are supposed to be going to this creek, and we're just trying to find it. And we pull up on the side of the road where we first think the creek is. I ask her to look over, and I ask her if there's stagnant water. If she sees any flowing water. And she said that she thinks she sees water, but she doesn't hear anything moving. She thinks it's stagnant. And in that moment, her gifts kick in. And she tells me that if I drive forward, my tire's about to pop. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna drive forward. So, I shifted into reverse, go back, and then pull straight out the way she tells me to. My tire doesn't pop. And she says she still sees the threat of my tire popping. So she's like, be careful, don't drive like this, don't go over here. Here's where you should go. You need to go back to the way the GPS was telling you. So the GPS was telling me to turn behind these woods and go back into this like little alleyway type thing. Except there was like a primary school back there that I don't know if it was blocked off or if they were just out of school because it was the weekend. We go back there, there's like a little school, and then there's like this other dead end straight to the back, and out this dead end comes this couple in this quiet, super quiet Ford 150, F-150, whatever they be saying. It was one of them pickup trucks, but like nice, beautiful pickup trucks. But the truck was super quiet. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's like just a little short walk through these woods. Like maybe the creek is like right through the woods. I'm gonna try and go see. I parked it in the lot for the school as if I was like right about to pull out. My mom was still in the car. So then I go across the street, with my flowers, and something just tells me to stop. Just stop right here while I'm looking at these woods. It's like, stop and look in. See if you can even see the creek. I'm looking around. I can't see the creek, but also as I'm looking, I see myself. Like I see myself walking in. I see myself getting deeper and deeper, and I see myself being confused trying to even find the creek. And so that was alarming because I'm like, I wouldn't be having these images right now if this wasn't like something that was gonna happen more than likely. Because I feel like always in my life when stuff that could possibly harm me has happened, it's almost like I get a step-by-step guide as to what to do next. Anytime I'm in a life-threatening situation, it always feels like I have a step-by-step guide as to what to do next. Like one time a dude followed me home with a puppy, and in that moment I just seen every alternate step I could have took and how all of those things led me to not going home to my mom. So like the best path was to just walk straight home to my mom right now. Like that's all that was going in my head. So right now in this moment, as I'm looking for this creek, all that's going through my head is that truck parked down there is weird. And I can't see the creek straight through the woods. Maybe I shouldn't go in there. So I study it for a little bit longer. I'm sitting there for a little bit longer, and there's this singular moment in this one little patch of field that keeps replaying. And now that I'm thinking about it, I'm wondering if that's how far I would have gotten into the woods before they started following me. It was a malaria mosquito. I had to smack it. So yeah, it was just like I just kept seeing myself standing in these one part of the woods, and then right at that moment is when panic sets in. So I was just like, yeah, I'm not going in the woods. Like I'm just not, because I can't even see the creek. I don't really know what's going on. And literally as I was making that judgment, I turn around and the Ford F-150 is right behind me. It's right behind me. And when I say everything, my soul went pale. Like it was just the most ominous, scary feeling. And it was a white man and a black woman, a young black woman and a 28, 29, 30-year-old white man. And so the entire time he's the one talking. He's the one, are you okay? Well, what are you looking here for? Oh, so did you just want to go pick some flowers? Were you here to pick flowers? Oh, what were you looking for? Were you looking for something? And like, you know, naturally you want to be like, yeah, I'm looking for the river. But everything in me was like, those are the wrong words. Those are the wrong words. Those are the wrong words. And then it's like, as I'm thinking, I'm like, why can't I tell him that I want to go to the river? And as I ask myself those questions, I start seeing flashes of me not even getting to the river, of somebody hitting me over my head, of just sadness. I start getting like all this fear rushing up through me. And as all of this is happening, as these flashes are happening, this dude is asking these questions. This dude's asking, well, where are you going? This dude's asking, he's like, well, where are you going? What were you looking for? And I can barely answer because I'm getting hit with flash after flash after flash of just craziness of SA, because you know you can't say them, and the hammer, like my life ending, like existence took, not even being able to come out and tell my mom, her not being able to hear my screams. Like, it was all these crazy flashes. And so I'm petrified, I'm paranoid, I'm shaken, I'm literally discombobulated. I cannot talk to this man. I can't say a word. I'm just like, no, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Like, I can't get nothing out. So then I get in the car and I'm just sitting there shook. And mom's asking me these questions, and they're normal questions, but I'm just so shook that I'm over here like, I don't know what's going on. Man, this is crazy. Yeah, they just pulled up behind me. I don't know. And I'm like, Mom, I think I was about to die. I really think I was about to die. Like, I can't even believe it. And then I just busted out crying. Like, I just really felt like in that moment, I really felt like I survived death in that moment. Like, you think I'm blind? I really feel like I survived death in that moment. I do. Like, I do. So, my mom, she's like all baffled or whatever. She's like, this don't make any sense, because why was she crying so hard about this? Nothing happened. Nobody hurt her. Nobody messed with her. Like why is she crying so hard? So she goes to asking spirit, because my mom's a priestess. She goes to asking spirit, trying to figure out what happened, and spirit confirms. They're like, oh yeah, in that moment in another timeline, her life was took. She was deceased, finito, finished, off this existence, knocked. I witnessed my own in a parallel timeline. I'm shooketh. I'm shook. And the only reason I told y'all this story so soon is because I was scrolling down my YouTube, and I seen somebody talk about how they came here from an alternate life. And I said, oh, if we talking about alternate timelines, we're talking about alternate existences and timelines, and you think we're not gonna involve me in this conversation? Get out of here. Y'all already knew. Well, y'all probably didn't, because y'all don't really know me like that. Y'all don't know the spiritual chick up in here. Y'all just know this girl who just be doing little videos here and there. Y'all don't really know me like that, but y'all finna find out. That really concludes everything for this story time. So go on ahead and give this video a big like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget the thumbs up. Don't forget the bell notification. Don't forget all the icons. Just click every button at the bottom of the screen. All the positive ones, at least. Don't you dare click that dislike. And then, I'm really just catch you guys in the next video. Because, like, period.